Thank you guys for tuning in, taking time out of your day to learn a little bit more about how you can be using video for your business. So today's presentation, of course, is video marketing for your business. And as a realtor, you are all in business really for yourselves. You are the business and you should be marketing yourself. So we're going to move through this presentation, a couple of little disclaimers. I'm a video producer, not a not a PowerPoint designer, so I'm going to do my best to go through this smoothly, but hopefully you guys will be cool and understand if I need a little bit of help from our wisdom people in the supreme title side. All right, so today's giveaway, just so you know, that's going to be drawn at the end is going to be 2 one-hour video coaching sessions with yours truly, where I'm going to be able to talk with you one-on-one, answer any questions, and give you some great advice. So if you are interested in getting that, definitely stick around to the end. Rose and Tracy hopefully have a no way that we're going to give that away. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to draw that. But it's a great way to get all of those deeper conversations about video that are really going to help you. All right, so before I introduce myself a little bit further, we're going to actually do an introduction the way I encourage all of my clients to do them, and that's with a video. So here we go. Whoop, trying.
Jen, just make sure you full screen it too.
It is full screen. I'm not sure why it's not playing.
Everyone's saying they're seeing, does everyone see a full black screen, or is it black with the PowerPoint app around it? How's everyone? Okay, black with, okay, so everyone's seeing this. That's fine. So yeah, Jen, I'll come, hold on 1 second, everybody.
Yeah, it's just not playing when I hit enter like it usually does. There we go.
Video tells a story. I guess you could say, I love telling stories. There's something powerful about taking people on this journey.
Hey guys, just 1 second. We're gonna stop the screen share and do it again. 1 second, everybody.
Sorry about that, folks. A little technical difficulty. Not showing the video. Okay, we can skip it if it's not.
Sorry, but oh, Okay, let's see how that shows up.
Do you want me to scroll to the right slide? Okay.
Hey guys, so sorry about this. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna actually pull up the PowerPoint on my own computer.
Jen had to use somebody else's computer at the very end. There was technical difficulties on our side. We're going to pull it up here. Just give us 2 seconds. Sorry for the
delay. I know everyone was so excited and so ready.
Well, the anticipation, right, to see this
I know.
video.
1 sec. Let's stop the screen share. I'm going to share my screen. Jennifer, do you see my screen?
I do.
Okay. And now full screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yay.
Yay!
Oh, all right. Is it showing full screen, full screen? All right. All right. I think it's good now. That's fine, Jen. You could just tell me when to go to the next slide if that's okay.
So we just need to go about four slides in, right after it says, "Let me introduce myself," is the
Okay.
video.
All right.
There you go, right there.
Let me make sure. Hold on. I got to make sure we share computer sound. There we are. Good?
Video tells a story. I guess you could say, I love telling stories. There's something powerful about taking people on this journey. When I create a piece of art that makes people feel something, from joy to sadness to inspired, that's when I feel the most pride in my work. I know when I capture something extraordinary that it's going to have an impact on the viewer. As a creator, I'm most passionate to see with each dawn what could happen. Something wonderful is just waiting in time, and if I'm lucky enough to be there at the exact right moment, I'm going to capture it on video. And that's what drives me. I'm Jennifer Glass, and this is Great Scott Productions.
All right, I don't know if everyone saw that or not. So we're going to move on to the next slide, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me and my business. I started Great Scott Productions in 2011, and the focus has always been from the beginning to produce marketing videos for businesses. So I've worked with all kinds of businesses here in Brevard County and beyond, whether it's a sole proprietor, larger corporations, producing just about every possible type of video you can imagine, even music videos. So quite the array of products that I've produced over the years. Next slide. Um, the next slide here is showing just a few of the businesses that I've been working with over the past 9 years. Next slide. So who's watching online video? Well, pretty much everybody watches online video. If they're not watching it, I can't imagine everyone watches online video, and consumers, of course, love watching video content. Slide. So home buyers, they're definitely watching video. 86% used video to research a particular community. Now, thinking about buyers and what they're looking for when they're shopping for a home, not only are they looking for the perfect home, but they're also researching communities. And one great way for them to get that information is to find a video about that community. So if realtors can produce a video that gives a tour of a community, that's an incredible asset for them to have. And I use the example of a video that I produced, I guess about 7 or 8 years ago for a local realtor of Viera, Florida. And to this day, that video has been #1 search result on YouTube. If somebody goes and just puts in Viera, Florida, they're going to find this video #1 spot. And it's had, I don't know how many thousands and thousands of views over the years. So a one-time investment has yielded, I'm sure, many, many leads for this realtor because they did a tour of Viera, Florida. Think about that. And 70% of home buyers are using video to tour the inside of homes. Now, especially right now with what we've got going on with, people trying to maintain social distancing, I would think that for realtors, having video tours of homes is incredibly important right now. So if you haven't been doing it in a long time, then you might want to consider doing it just for your listings right now, because it's going to help to keep that sort of distance that you need to keep. So we're going to move on to the next slide. We're going to be addressing in this video 6 key questions. If we can go to, there we go. So what types of videos should I use? Where do I use my videos? Why do I need video marketing? When should I hire a pro? Should I be on YouTube? And how can I get comfortable being on camera? Next slide. All right, so what types of videos should you be using, and where should you use them? So personal branding videos, I would say those could go on your website, your YouTube, and all of your social media. Community videos, those are more long-term use. So they're probably better suited for your YouTube channel and your website. And periodically, you might want to share those also as a social media asset. The real estate video tours, of course, those are going to be for your MLS, YouTube, and your social media, where you can actually have those videos be branded. Commonly asked question videos, these are so important, and you could have a million of these. Think about every single question you get asked. Every single one of those questions could be a commonly asked video or commonly asked question video. Client testimonial videos, these would go on your website, and of course you could share them as social media assets. We're going to dive deeper into these, don't worry. Market update videos, these are great to do in an email blast on a regular occurring basis. And then, of course, your realtor introduction video would go onto your website. And then, of course, there's many other types of videos, but those are sort of the top. Next slide, please. So the very first video that any realtor should have and invest their time and money into is going to be a realtor introduction video. Now, I've done many of these, and I could share one of my own, but I always feel a little bit awkward doing that when I'm talking to a whole bunch of realtors in the area. So I'm going to share one for an example that I've used many times to explain to other realtors what an intro video should look like. Let's take a look.
I've been selling one thing or another since I was a little girl, whether it's going door to door or working in my dad's hardware stores, or selling comes naturally to me. I'm Becky Fry, and I've been selling residential real estate since 1983. I believe a lot of my success comes with being able to match my buyers with the right home. It's intuition and getting to know them and knowing their personality, and then the personality of each community brings it all together. And at the end, I feel like I'm a little bit of a matchmaker. Most of the neighborhoods that I work in all have their own sense of community, whether it's a high-rise community or it's, it's driven by schools or it's driven by the feel of the neighborhood. They all have their own sense of personality and community, and I like that. Through the years, as my clients' tastes change or their families get larger or they might get smaller, it's a great compliment when they call me and they're like, Becky, we need to get out and find the next home. Homes, architecture, and people are what keep me excited. And when I can bring all those together, that's the perfect sell.
All right, there you go. So Becky Fry,
I've been selling.
She gave us a little insight into who she is, why she's passionate about video, or excuse me, why she's passionate about real estate, and just having that little bit of an insight of her sitting down and talking to someone off camera. You got a sense for the type of personality she has, and that's things that just are going to go a long way to helping people who've never met you before, that might find you online, might find your website. They want to get to know you, and boom, you've got an intro video right there. They get to click play and hear you speaking and sense the type of person you are, and hopefully think that you're likable and somebody that they can trust. So that's really, really powerful and definitely something every single realtor should have. So why do you need video marketing? Well, we've all heard that a photo is worth 1,000 words. And if that's true, then a video is worth 1.8 million words, or 3,600 web pages of text. Viewers are going to remember video much more than they're going to remember just reading about something. So videos making that strong impression, and properties that are listed with video generate 4 times the number of quality leads. And more importantly, realtors who provide informative video content are seen as experts in their field. And when you've got over 4,000 realtors in one county, everyone is trying to differentiate themselves and stand out. So video is an incredibly invaluable tool to be able to do that. Next slide. So 85% of buyers and sellers want an agent who has video marketing, yet only 15% of agents have a video presence. So this means we've got a huge gap between what the public wants and what's being delivered. So again, this is just another example of opportunity for the realtors who capitalize by using video to stand out and deliver what the people are wanting. All right. So the next question is, when should I hire a pro? And this poor guy, this poor guy looks really frazzled. So the next slide is going to go and say, when you realize any of these 4 facts to be true. And now I'm being a little facetious here. You're a realtor, not Steven Spielberg. But essentially, the whole point is that, listen, it takes a lot of years and years of practice to get really good at video editing. And you're a realtor. This is the career path that you've chosen. If you hire a professional, they're already going to have the professional video and audio equipment and all the tools needed to make you look your absolute best. Next slide. Creating high quality video is time consuming. So we all know that time is money. So if you would rather invest your time looking for listings or working with buyers, and invest a little bit of money on hiring a professional to make that beautiful video for you, then that might be a decision you feel like is right for you. Next slide. Audio quality is more important than video quality. This is something that you probably see all the time, especially with everybody walking around with cell phones doing video, that there are so many videos out there with really bad audio. In other words, you can either hardly hear the person speaking, or maybe there's a lot of wind noise, or there's some kind of static, there's background noise. The fix for this is you need to have an external microphone so that you're capturing that crisp, clear audio. People are much more likely to give up on watching a video if the audio quality is bad. They will forgive if the video is not as crisp or sharp, but audio, they're out of there. Next slide. So I love him. I just put this little pig on here just because I thought he was cute, you guys. Professionally produced videos will make you look professional. So I try to tread lightly when I talk to people about making their own videos. I understand the reason people do it. It's easy, it's cheap, maybe it's quicker. But when you produce something, have something professionally produced, it can make you look much bigger, much or more authoritative than you maybe could be perceived if you just are making your own videos. So that's a huge reason to invest in professionally produced videos, and it is an investment that can have a very long-term reward on that initial investment. All right, next slide. I just love that pig, so cute. All right, so we're going to talk about some video marketing tips. Now, for a long time, people, even myself, felt that it was most important for businesses to tell their own story. So I'm going to use this example. I feel like this is a great way to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Let's say, for example, you have a jewelry store and they make a video that tells their story about, how they treat their clients and the types of quality products they sell and their commitment to providing superior service, et cetera, et cetera. Now, imagine that we have a video told from the customer's point of view. And I don't mean like a client testimonial video. I mean an actual story. So we have a video where we're starting with a gentleman who's thinking about proposing to the love of his life, and he's nervous about finding the right ring. He goes to this particular jewelry store. He has an amazing experience. They help him find the dream, engagement ring. He proposes, they live happily ever after, and he's all the while talking about how they helped him and how they took all of his questions and answered them. Telling a video that's going to be from the perspective of the clients that you want to have. That is much more impactful and relatable. So if you worked with a buyer or a seller, and rather than just doing a basic testimonial video, doing a story for them that future potential clients of yours would be able to see themselves in your shoes, that's going to be way more powerful than even telling your story. All right, next slide. This one is about people over business. So sometimes we get almost too professional. I don't know, I don't want to sound weird about that, but in videos, you have an opportunity to be real, to be authentic, to be yourself, to be likable, to be funny, to be creative. And it's okay. Like, people want to do business with people that they can relate to, that people that they're comfortable with. So be a person. Yes, you're also a business, but be, I don't know if that's making sense, but be yourself is really what that's about. That tip, be yourself. Next tip, use YouTube ads. This is probably one of the newest things that a lot of people really aren't taking advantage of yet. So we all watch YouTube probably all the time, every day. Most people watch YouTube at least once a day. And we, have all seen the ad that plays on the screen and you can skip it after 5 seconds, or sometimes there's an ad that is just 10 seconds long and you have to sit through the whole thing. Well, these are the ads that you could be doing. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about this later on, but the fact that you can on YouTube run ads in a way that Facebook is now kind of squashing your ability to target who you're advertising to. On YouTube, it's still pretty much wide open. So that means you can run a video ad and really target by zip code, by interests, by income, by a whole slew of criteria, demographics, all kinds of things. So this is a huge thing that people should be taking advantage of. All right, next slide. Email video marketing. People are much more likely to open an email if you've got that there's a video in the subject line. And people would much rather consume a video than they would read a long email. So I think that that's something that maybe, that's something you could certainly be doing with a cell phone. There's definitely times when I'm going to encourage you to do things with your cell phone, and that would be definitely one of them. All right, we can go to the next slide, which is a custom welcome video. So this would also be something that you would send out in an email. For example, let's say you got an email came in that you had a new lead, or somebody was writing to you, they have questions. But let's suppose you're out and about, you're busy, you don't have time to necessarily do a full interaction with them in email. So you pick up your phone and you record a quick message using their name, saying, "Hi, John, I got your email. I'm so happy to hear from you. I'm going to get some information to answer all your questions really, by the end of the day." Send them any kind of video where you're addressing them by name. And that's really, again, something that's going to make you stand out from the crowd and help them get to know who you are. All right, next slide. Make a process video. All right, so a process video, these are, I don't know if you guys ever get fascinated by watching a video where somebody's doing something, they're cooking something, they're baking something, and they're showing all the ingredients going into the bowl, or someone is building something and they're showing the process. They're fascinating to watch something unfolding in front of you, or just have a process of something explained. So for a realtor, for you, you might make a video that just explains the process of working with you, if it's on the listing side or buying. Make a video where you're just explaining, and maybe you do some bullet points on screen that tell step 1, step 2, step 3, break it down into simple, easy steps that people are going to be able to understand. And again, this is just all about coming up with new creative ideas so that you have a wide array of video content that you could be sharing on all different platforms. Okay? All right, so next up, we're going to talk about 4 types of videos that you should be using. First up is the explainer or demo video. Now, these could be answering commonly asked questions. For example, you could be answering, when is the best time to buy or sell? Really, you could be asking or answering any question. you probably get asked a whole slew of questions, so you should have no trouble thinking of what those questions are. And as a professional realtor, you're going to have the answers to all of those questions. So by putting every single question into its own video and having that great title that answers that question, or maybe the title of the video is the question itself, I should say. And you're putting this up onto YouTube, building your YouTube channel. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. Now you've got a database with great keywords, great titles that Google is going to be able to search. If somebody goes there, asks, you know, when is the best time to sell in Brevard County, Florida? Well, guess what? You've got a video that answers that question, and Google owns YouTube, so they're very connected. Google's going to be able to find, bing, this is the answer to your question, and bonus, it's in the form of a video. So Google loves that as well. So answering as many commonly asked questions, huge. Next slide is a testimonial video. These are, I mean, invaluable to have your clients, your happy past clients, being able to sing your praises. Video is going to convey all the emotion, appreciation, and excitement in a way that text alone simply can't do. So to have these on your YouTube, on your Facebook, on your website, a ringing endorsement from a past client in a video format it's gold, liquid gold, not really liquid. All right, next slide is going to be a behind the scenes video. So again, these are perfectly fine to shoot with your cell phone. This could be anything about behind the scenes of how your business works. People love to get a sort of a peek into other people's lives. So this is great for showing your process or why you do what you do. It's going to help you be more memorable and relatable. And it's not, you know, these videos aren't about necessarily what you do, but how you help your customers. So you could convey all kinds of really great information in a behind the scenes video. So the next slide would be helpful blog videos. So I call them vlogs, video logs, video blogs, excuse me. So it's similar content that you might find in a blog, but in video format. So video blogs are all about providing value. So these are going to be longer format videos where you might sit down and have a conversation with another person on camera so that you're talking to people about a particular specific topic and providing valuable information to the viewer. These are really, really popular online, and many people who subscribe to different YouTube channels are subscribing to the channels that are people that are doing video blogs. If you have a specific topic that you're really interested in, let's say you love to bake and you have found this person who you had a question about why something was going wrong with your cake that you were trying to bake. You found the answer to this woman on her YouTube channel. And then lo and behold, you discovered she had 100 videos that were all really, really cool. And she answered so many questions you didn't even realize you had. Now you're following her and you've subscribed and you're telling your friends about her. That's what you need to get in the mindset that as a realtor, you could do that for yourself as well. So creating longer format, valuable information and not looking at it as, well, if I give away all my information, they're not going to need me. This is about putting out, like creating goodwill. Businesses who offer an information that someone needs in that moment, they're still going to need you. And now they're going to appreciate you. And so don't look at it as like, well, I don't want to give away too much information. Be helpful and people will appreciate that. Next slide. So should I have a YouTube channel? This is a question I get asked quite often. And we're going to go to the next slide. Sorry. And the answer is absolutely. When people go online searching for just about anything, they're either going to go to YouTube, or excuse me, they're either going to go to Google or they're going to go to YouTube. Those are the 1 and 2 search engines YouTube's technically not a search engine, but it's used as a search engine. When people have questions, they're going there to look for the answer. They want to see that answer in a video. So yes, you should be on YouTube. At the very least, every business should have a presence on YouTube. Create a channel, populate it with at least a few videos to tell people who you are, so that if they happen to be there looking for a realtor in Brevard County, you're there. You don't want to be left out of that show. Another great reason to be on YouTube, it is social media. So you can be building a following there. You can be having conversations with people. But like I was mentioning earlier, the most important reason is because it's got great SEO. You can be branding yourself in Facebook, your website, Instagram, all these places. But YouTube is a format that allows people to really get to know you. And I just, beyond anything else that I would recommend, is you should be on YouTube. Even if it's making your own videos and putting them up there, let people find you there. Okay, next slide would be, how can I get comfortable speaking on camera? This is something that I encounter all the time with all of my clients. I think there's never been a person that I worked with on a video that did not tell me that they did not want to be on camera, or that they were nervous as heck to be on camera. So there's a couple of things that I tell people. Of course, I work with my clients to, kind of coach them through things. But the main things I would say is that you just have to practice it. You're not going to get over your fear unless you do it. It's like anything else, jumping out of a plane, which I'm terrified to do. You have to do it to get over the fear. And I can also tell you that every client I've worked with after the video said that was so much easier than I thought it would be. I didn't need to be scared. Tips that I would tell people for practicing is remembering that the camera is not a living being. It's nothing to be intimidated by. If you're practicing at home, and let's say you're shooting yourself with a camera just so you can see what you look like while you're talking on camera, remember, it's not alive. And unless you're live streaming, nobody's going to see it. It's okay to mess up. We all mess up, but that's endearing. Like, even if you were live streaming something, be yourself. If you mess up, just like I've messed up plenty of times during this, it's okay. Everybody is human. So practice, practice, practice is the best way to get over your fear of speaking on camera. I think we can go to the next slide. Yeah, let's go to the next one. So for people, when they're getting ready for their video shoot, I coach them through several things as far as practicing, but I also provide some information to them that helps them prepare for their video shoot. So I figured what I would do is share with you a video in this next slide that kind of fills a couple of the pieces of advice that I'm giving to you about creating videos that answer commonly asked questions, video blogs, social media assets, website videos. This next video is going to fit that category in a number of places. So let's take a look. Hey everyone, this is Jennifer Glass coming to you with a quick tip on video production for your business. I get asked quite often, how should I prepare for my video shoot? The answer to that is, it depends on what kind of video shoot you're doing, first of all. If we're doing a video shoot that's maybe an intro video, perhaps you work for yourself and you're a smaller business, the way to prepare for the video shoot is to work on your script. Once the script has been submitted to Great Scott Productions, we'll review that script and make any needed edits or changes to make it even better and get really down fine-tuned to just that key message that needs to be conveyed. The key is to make sure that your message is as short as possible,
but still conveying everything that you wanted to convey. And then once we've finalized your script, we're going to ask you to practice that script at home. Make sure that you're speaking it out loud. It's not enough to just read through it and on a piece of paper, but not speak it out loud. You have to speak it because that's going to help your muscle memory, so that you're less likely to get sort of tongue-tied when you get in front of the camera. People think, how much different can it be to read something just in my head or read it out loud? It's very different. So practice, practice, practice. That's the best way to get ready for your shoot. Thinking about what you want to wear is important too. Making sure that if you need to have something dry cleaned, that you've taken care of that in plenty of time and you're not the day of the shoot thinking, oh gosh, I have no idea what I'm going to wear. Those are the main things to think about for your actual video shoot if you are going to be doing an on-camera speaking part. We do use teleprompter so that you will be able to just look at the camera, read your script, and we coach you through that to make it as natural as possible. Right now, I'm not using a teleprompter at all, but I could have written this exact script and written it in a way that it would have been very conversational. That's part of what we try to coach our clients to do when they're writing out their script, and we help them edit that, is to make it into a conversational type of narration so it doesn't seem like you are reading something off of a teleprompter. So those are the most important tips that I would offer to anyone who is wondering, well, how should I get ready for my video shoot? Write the script, fine-tune the script with our help, and then practice reading it aloud, and then making sure that you know exactly what you're going to wear before your shoot day arrives. So I hope those quick tips helped out. I'll be back with more tips on plenty of topics to help you have the best outcome for your videos real soon. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys, so that was an example of a quick tip video, and it also provided a little bit more information about things I'd like to share with you. So we're going to open it up for questions now.
Hey, everybody. So that was awesome. Does anyone have questions that they would like to pose in the chat?
And I don't have, oh, let me open my chat over here, I guess, so I can see too.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Okay, there we go.
And come back. Hey, everybody. Awesome. So Megan asked, what's the average cost for an introduction video? I'm guessing from you, Jennifer.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of the one thing that I really can't answer for you, because there is no cookie cutter. It could range anywhere from, oh my gosh, really, really basic, maybe like 500, but something really, really, I mean, when I say really basic, I mean really basic, all the way up to 5,000. I mean, it really could run the gamut. So I tell every person, when they're interested in a video, we need to have a conversation, and I need to be able to answer your questions about what you want to do. I need to ask you a lot of questions, because there's so many different ways that you could produce a realtor introduction video. We could do things where we incorporate some beautiful aerial shots of you like walking in a beautiful location. We could do things where we're incorporating some little sound bites of past clients into your intro video. We can do B-roll footage where we're showing you working with clients. There's a lot of different ways to make an intro video.
That was a great answer. And I think the next question was from Anna DaCosta. She said, how do you get a YouTube channel?
Oh, okay. It's actually really easy. If you just go to YouTube, I'm trying to think, I think it's the upper right hand
upper
corner.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's either like a sign in or sign up probably button. And you can create it very easily. I think it's a pretty basic setup to get started, and then kind of like building your Facebook page, you have the ability to, you know, add a banner photo across the top and create sort of your profile. And uploading videos is sort of a little bit of a different process, but if you have any questions, you can reach out to me afterwards, and I will actually get on a call and like walk you through it, because it's not hard to just set it up.
So we got two questions about editing, one from Paul Bryan and one from Kathy Green. So it's more about like how easy or difficult is it? And I can throw in a couple of cents on my end because, you know, Jennifer probably uses a lot of more high-tech software for her videos because she is a professional videographer. But I don't know if you guys have seen our videos, but when we do those, I actually do a lot of the editing on them over Adobe Premiere Rush. And there's Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Premiere Rush. The Rush part of it is pretty much like everything you can do in Pro. It's just way easier to navigate. Pro is literally what it's saying. It's for professionals, so just stay far away from it because it's super hard. But if you're doing Adobe Premiere Rush, you can separate your audio and visual, so you can overlay music onto it instead of hearing the background noise. You can, you know, edit the clips. You can put the clips in different orders. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do on Adobe Premiere Rush. I don't know how much it costs exactly, but I know it's not too expensive.
I think it's $79 a month
for the year.
For the year.
It's like $80 for the year.
Jen,
but it's
what do
a
you
great
use,
system.
Jen? What do you use?
Yeah, I use Premiere Pro and After Effects. And then I do all my sound editing in Adobe Audition. So
You know what's interesting is that once you add it all in, once you add in, you know, because a lot of people I think, you know, are going to want to attempt to do it. But once you start to add in Adobe and lighting, et cetera, it does add up. So sometimes a professional videographer is not the worst way to go, because really being self-employed, your focus is on selling your product. Most people here are in sales, so selling your product is most important. So to get wrapped up in things like, you know, creating a video that's going to take you hours and hours, you might want to leave something like that to the professional, you know?
Yeah, and it's kind of weighing out like, okay, well, I want to make sure I at least have one really beautiful professional something that I can have to represent my brand. And maybe, you know, that's where I invest, and then everything else I kind of try to do some cell phone video. But maybe I think, okay, well, at least once a year I'm going to budget in, you know,
Like a website
$1,000.
almost, like an upgrade on a website or an upgrade on anything. You're going to want to do something like video now because that's where everybody is going. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we got one more question. And actually, so it says, Angel asked, how about the music in a video? How do you know what music you're allowed to use?
There are websites that you can purchase production music that is licensed for video production. So the average cost that I spend on a background track can be anywhere from, gosh, sometimes I can find something for $10, but sometimes it's $20, sometimes it's $30 just for one song for a background track.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is that Rosie and I did our little cheesy videos that we keep hammering about, but music is so important to these, you know, music is really important to video. So don't nickel and dime when it comes to music, people. Music is super important to your videos for sure.
And just to kind of piggyback on the licensing thing, because we ran into a little faux pas at one point with licensing on a photo on our website. So just make sure that, like, if you use photos, if you use references in your videos, anything like that, just make sure that you're doing something that's legal, because there are lawyers that literally just comb through websites trying to find their client's image or sound or whatever it is, and they will hit you with a lawsuit.
Now we have another question from our girl, Miss
Julie.
Can you reuse the music several times?
Of course.
Yep. Once you've purchased the right to use that music, the license to use that music, you can use it as many times as you want. You just can't resell it. So yes. Yeah, and like you just said, the music's so important, but also I would say the B-roll, and I'm going to address what B-roll is just for anyone who maybe doesn't know. I get used to using that term, but it's a video terminology, meaning like, let's say you're on camera and you're talking, or you're watching a video, or you see somebody talking, just like that video where we saw the Realtor intro video. She's talking, but we continue to see other footage while we still hear her talking. So all that other footage is the B-roll. So when you're working with a professional, or if you get really good at editing video yourself, you're going to understand the importance of you're going to understand the importance of having beautiful B-roll to keep people's interest in the video. Does that make sense? I don't know. Did we lock up?
So are there any other questions from anybody? These have been some great questions, by the way. Definitely.
Give an example of what website to go and purchase music.
Let's see here. A couple are, and there are subscription websites too. So you can spend like $200 for a year subscription to get unlimited songs. So a couple would be Epidemic Sound is great. Artlist.io. And there's also Audio Blocks. Those are a few just off the top of my head.
And I'll have Jennifer send those to me so that in the thank you email that I'll send out, we can include the links to those websites for sound.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
Before we do the giveaway?
And what we're going to do, Jen, is how many people do we have in the Zoom room right now?
Let's see, we still have 33. Thanks everybody for sticking around.
Zoom.
That's great. Some good information. We're so happy for that. So what we're going to do, Jen, is probably out of one of 33, we're going to ask you to draw a number between 1 and 33, and we will do the giveaway.
Oh, okay. I just get to pick a number, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? You want me to go?
Yes.
24.
Okay. I'm going to count from the bottom then.
Yeah, that's 24.
That's 24? Scott Case.
Yes.
Yay!
And it's good. You know what? Scott Case is very technologically savvy. So that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Person to work with. Yes.
And he has been working on his videos lately. I know that he was
Sweet.
doing
Really
some for his
you.
Palm Bay properties.
Congratulations, Scott. We'll get you in touch
Yeah.
with Jen. You'll have the number at the end for sure. And Jen, thank you so much
you
for
all so
spending
much.
time with us. Remember, Michael Duhovny's class is coming up on
May 12th.
May 12th.
That is on Tuesday. And we will have him in there from 9:30 to 10:30.
Yep, 9:30 to 10:30.
May 12th.
May 12th. So we'll see you guys there. Have a great afternoon. Thanks again, Jen.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.